Big Player, welcome to Pocket News for Wednesday, the 23rd of November. Today on the show, Ubisoft is going free with DLC and a touch of Doom. We'll use this one. Alright, here's what's been making headlines, and first up, Ubisoft is looking at ditching paid DLC for their games. I mean, if it's worth it, I'll pay for it, but you know. In an interview with GamesIndustry.biz, Ubisoft's VP of Live Operations, Anne Blondel-Juan, spoke of plans to stop charging for DLC, which is important for the core expansion. She said, quote, "The key is, if it's not adding something on top of the actual experience of the game, then it is no good, because you'll be asking for more money for the wrong reasons." I mean, no shit, but it's good to hear those words out of the mouth of someone French. The VP used Rainbow Six Siege as an example of where the company has got it right, where every player has access to all of the game's modes and maps at no extra cost on top of the initial purchase. Except you did lock a bunch of operatives behind a system that felt like a weirdly free microtransaction thing. Except that. Instead, players can spend cash on character customization, and according to Blondel-Juan, that works as, quote, an extra piece of revenue for us, which comes from gamers being happy. It's the Dota approach. Make them happy and they'll give you everything. Everything. Take it. This, of course, is the path which EA is taking with Titanfall 2, free maps for the life of the game to ensure the audience doesn't become fragmented into separate playlists, a la Battlefield and COD. And while I like that games are leaning in this direction now, favoring long-term commitment from gamers rather than just the quick sell, it does mean we may end up seeing more microtransactions in games. Which to you is the lesser of two evils? Let us know in the comments. Moving on! Job listings on Blizzard's US careers site indicate that the studio is working on an unannounced first-person game. There are 2 listings for lead software engineers with a preference that they have experience working with first-person games. Perhaps this could be an expansion or sequel to Overwatch, or maybe it's something entirely different. But I feel that I can safely say it will have a bunch of microtransactions. Now, a word of warning to all of you playing Pokémon Sun and Moon. Some unlucky trainers have discovered a glitch, which is deleting their save files. Apparently saving in one of several locations in the game can cause irreversible data corruption, which forces players to restart their journey. At this point, it's recommended that you never save inside a Pokemon Center or in the end game battle tree area. Personally, I always save every time I go to the Pokemon Center because I've completed a bunch of stuff and I'm like, this feels like a good point to save. Also, end game, probably a good point to save. There has been no statement from the Pokemon Company or Game Freak about these issues, but the same thing happened with X and Y, and that was patched out pretty quickly. And finally, some game release date news. Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 3 has been pushed back a month. The first episode of the thriller will be coming out on the 20th of December, so you can watch your friends get eaten this Christmas. Funcom is taking its Conan license for a spin in the survival genre. They've just announced Conan Exiles, an open-world game which tasks young barbarians with enduring a desert wasteland, uncovering its secrets, and hitting giant creatures with your sword. Is the sword his penis? Because in the film I remember a penis. Was there a penis?
Just one?
Just one penis? One Conan dick?
John?
I'm gonna look up Conan penis.
What? Conan penis? Never seen it.
This comes up. The combat looks kinda uninteresting, but I will rope all of you if we live stream it. It's coming to early access on PC and Xbox One in January. And this last one is not so much an announcement as a potential leak. Target's online store has listed The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for release on June 13th. This is a few months after the last release date uncovered for the game, as source code in the Nintendo of Europe website had it coming on the 4th of March. It also lines up with previous rumors that Zelda will not be launching with the Switch. I just don't know what to believe anymore, but I do believe in Thing of the Day. Hope it's a good one. Don't let me down, James Butterworthy.
Over my dead body.
Today on the show, Facebook games and pack dogs. Packing those dogs up.
I bet you have.
We all know the benchmark for new hardware is whether or not it can run the original Doom, so when Adam Bell got his hands on a MacBook Pro with the new Touch Bar, he asked himself, will it Doom? Why yes, Yes, it will.
I bet you have.
That is it for Pocket News today. My Pocketeers this afternoon on the Pocket YouTube channel. I chat to Frank Azor, who is the co-founder and general manager of Alienware. I talked to him at PAX. This sounds like it could be a very boring, very marketing-heavy interview. It was actually very interesting. Nothing to do with me, entirely with someone whose last name is Azor. Is your last name Azor? Let me know in the Pocketeers Facebook group and Steam group. There are links to everything I just said in the description below. Today's Thing of the Day graphic came in from James Butterworthy. James, you are not a disappointment. If you, like James, are not a disappointment and made a Thing of the Day, please send it in until we next send my Pocketeers nick by out. Azor, great last name. As John pointed out, Frank Azor. So I bet that's bringing back memories of preschool to him. Just getting mocked all the time. Thanks, John. There's more Japanese pornography. Dad is loving it! You kinky mother. I understand that Dad seems very easily pleased. But so far this ride has really yet to show me something particularly fascinating, other than just a series of rooms with different tentacles.